Kazakhstan is one of the most multinational countries in the world. Here live representatives of more than 130 ethnic groups and nationalities. Each ethnos is a unique tradition, unique holidays, fascinating stories and amazing recipes. Recipes of kindness and peace, recipes of respect for their ancestors and foreign culture, recipes of friendship. Hello, this is the Recipe for Friendship, and today we are going to visit the world of dancing, cuisine, crafts and culture of an amazing ethnos well known to the people of Kazakhstan. Today, Azerbaijani culture is in the focus, which means there will be a lot of interesting features. So in today's episode, details of an elegant costume that remained charming to this day. A characteristic feature of the Arkalık shirt is that it narrows at the waist and widens out with a flared cloth from below, which is called bask. So it is a national element of the Azerbaijani national costume. Lively dances that can make anyone go wild. Secrets of cooking unique sheki halva. What's inside of it? Hazelnut? Yes. Honey? Yes. What's on the top? Saffron? Yes. And also a recipe for another amazingly delicious and beautiful dish. And much more. Azerbaijan national costume is famous for its elegance and delicacy of decoration. And though details, colors and accessories could differ quite a bit from region to region, the basis of cut and key elements of clothing remained common. The must-have of the national Azerbaijani dress are shades of red color. This color symbolizes well-being, happiness, passion and grace. Even now, this color must feature in wedding dresses. The clothes of young girls were bright, mottled with patterns in gold. A wedding dress quite often was in red color. Pink, yellow, blue are also among the favorite colors. The costume is a vivid example of the Azerbaijani culture. In the ancient times, the costume consisted of a headdress, a shirt called Arkalık, a long flared maxi skirt, and a shalwar. These are calf-length pants. Azerbaijani caps also came from ancient times. They were made of vela and also they were covered with a shawl called a turban. Currently, national costumes are more colorful, also they are complemented by national patterns. Silk always was one of the most favorite materials for Azerbaijanis. The reason for this was the Great Silk Road, by which the merchants brought here all the best products, and the second reason is the presence of their own silk production, which by the way is still alive in Azerbaijan. For dance we use national crowns as well as various accessories. Our costumes are more colorful. So what are the most typical elements of this outfit? Of course, there is no chadra in the modern dance outfit, but in the old days the lady, particularly married one, wouldn't leave her house without this white veil. The outer clothing is called ust giyimi and consists of a shirt with wide sleeves, wide trousers and a flared skirt, the length of which was different in different regions. The outerwear often was a chapkan made of velour or velvet, and then Arkalık, a short fitted jacket. A characteristic feature of the Arkalık shirt is that it narrows at the waist and widens out with a flared cloth from below, which is called bask. So it is a national element of the Azerbaijani national costume. Arkalık usually fits the back and chest, forming and emphasizing the slender silhouette of the owner of the costume. Long sleeves, strictly tight chest and waist. It is impossible to hunch or sit slouchly in such clothes, so you can consider proudly straightened shoulders and majestic posture the part of the outfit. A similar detail, by the way, is present in a man's suit too. A special place among the accessories that are so beloved by Azerbaijani beauties owns the metal belt. We have already seen similar among representatives of other Caucasian peoples. This belt was presented to the girl as a wedding gift and then often was handed down to a young daughter who became a bride. In the dance outfits, which currently offer us the best opportunity to view the traditional clothes of ethnic groups and nationalities, this belt can be made of leather or fabric. I would also like to talk about the Azerbaijani national men's suit, which consists of a headdress. It is papaka, shirts, shalvar, ichigi and chokka. Also, there are some decoration elements on the chokka. They are called gaziers. Gaziers can also be found in traditional clothes of Georgians, Ossetians, Chechens, Aishka Turks, Karachais, Cossacks and representatives of other peoples. Once they had a practical purpose, now they are more like decorative elements. Apart from other things, the gaziers made of hard material also served as a replacement for bulletproof vest. Earlier, the gaziers were used to store ammunition. Also, there is a national belt that helped to hold the dagger or weapons. Also, one more element of the male costume is the Caucasian national burqa. The dagger, in addition to being once a personal weapon, could tell something about its owner. Often the presence of a dagger in the festive dress of a mountaineer could mean that its owner is a young man not bound by the bonds of marriage, and therefore aspiring to demonstrate in his outfit all his valor and fighting character. In dance, the dagger plays the role of a beautiful accessory, the function of which is not to frighten but to enchant. The traditional chokka, as usual, has to be buttoned up, but sleeves are always tucked. There is only one type of footwear suitable to this outfit: boots. Ideally, they were made of soft, well-treated skin, usually calf skin. The pride of a mountaineer was always his headdress, a papaka. Such a hat is found among the peoples of the Caucasus and the East, and it performs many important functions. In the heat, it perfectly protects the head of its owner from the scorching heat. In the rain, due to dense texture, plays the role of an umbrella, not allowing water to leak inside, and there is no better headdress when it is cold. In a word, it's a dream hat. To this day, in many regions of Azerbaijan, Georgia, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan and Turkey, people sew similar headdresses made of scroll, sheepskin, fur of mountain goats. As we mentioned before, nowadays national costumes are most often demonstrated in dance costumes. And the Azerbaijani dance culture is represented today by Bakar ensemble, lively, plastic, graceful guys and girls. I would like to tell you about the national dances of the Azerbaijani people. There are a lot of them. For example, Nazilama, Shalako, Baku Rhythm, Sari Galin and Uzundara. The first dances were more like ritual ones, and a lot of references to it in writing, literature and painting allows us to suggest that many traditional choreographic genres that have survived to this day began to develop actively during the early Middle Ages. I would like to talk about the meeting of the bride and the groom. When the bride and the groom enter the wedding, the dancers surround them. They dance, meet them and escort them to the wedding table. In every national tradition, the tempo of the dance and the cut of the costume are inseparable. Azerbaijani dance is not an exception. The smooth movement of the dancer's legs are hidden by a magnificent maxi skirt, and all the attention of the audience is paid to the performer's hands. Hands, shoulders, graceful head movements, and even eye contact. All this creates an imitable picture of the dance and does not allow you to drag your gaze away from the dancing beauties. I would also like to talk about the Nazilama couple dance. The name of the dance, translated from Azerbaijani language, means "don't be nasty." So in this dance, the girl is capricious. She closes her face with a handkerchief so that the guy cannot see her, and the guy seeks her glance. So at the end of the dance, the guy finally achieves her gaze and takes the girl and leaves. It would not be a complete story about the dances of Caucasian peoples without lively lezginka, or in our today's case, we cannot fail to mention the so-called Baku rhythm. The Baku rhythm is a very lively Azerbaijani dance. It is danced with feet and hands. Feet move in a furious speed, very fast. Hands are held steady, while there should be an ideal posture. A steady hand and a dancer should keep the speed. In general, the popularity of these rhythms is natural because there is everything. Beautiful outfits, a variety of rhythms and movements, an interesting choreography, and of course the energy that goes to the viewer instantly and as if invites everyone to join the dancing. The vibe must be strong. It is in dance that we must show the character of the dance and how, for example, facial expressions. The second, we must show it with a posture, which means the posture should be like an eagle. The movements of the legs and hands must be very rigid, clear and beautiful. A dancer must have it all to show how this dance looks. This nature is manifested in dance, and only these manners are able to show it. And now I suggest you go to Daily Bread from Dancing, and there is a story about this sweet and fragrant Oriental Sheki halva, which is being prepared in Sheki, a town in the southern foothills of Azerbaijan. I happened to meet Sheki halva in its homeland, and since Azerbaijanis are open and communicative people, I was immediately invited to take part in cooking. In the countryside where everyone knows each other, the best craftsman and his products will never remain without attention. So if there is a queue at the door of such a confectioner's shop on Sunday morning, one can rest assured that there are the best sweets. I'm entrusted with responsible work. What's inside of it? Hazelnut? Yes. Honey? Yes. What's on the top? Saffron? Yes. The cooking process may seem simple, but it definitely requires skill. For example, the basis of the construction is a kind of lace made from rice dough. The master makes it easily, quickly, and of course without any mistakes. My attempts, all as one, were rejected. Well, I need to practice. Next, the rice construction goes to another workshop, where it is filled with hazelnuts. In the next workshop, the ready dough is put in several layers to special frying pans. To calculate the number of layers of the dough is also a delicate issue. After all, if it is too thin, the filling will not stay inside, but if there is more than needed, the taste will be soiled. The filling consists of ground hazelnut, which grows here literally everywhere, and therefore it is used in many dishes. The ground hazelnut is leveled, then it is covered with the dough, and now it needs a little sweetness. The sweetest part of the procedure is pouring syrup. The heated syrup consists of honey and sugar, and the master with an experienced hand feels perfectly how much syrup is necessary to pour into halva so that a customer could taste a dolce vita. Then the closed structure is placed under the press, and after setting down it goes to the fire. Halva is baked in large frying pans at a low heat so that the nuts are soaked with syrup, which maximizes their taste and aroma. Pay attention, only men make sweets here, and it's not surprising this work requires physical effort. There are large heated furnaces and heavy bags. In a word, a strong hand is needed. An elegant, creative part is also performed by men. The finished halva is decorated with ornament or greeting inscriptions. The paint is nothing more than a natural saffron, which doesn't only look beautiful in these drawings, but also gives a dish a special oriental flavor. Oh, this is a wedding design. Someone is having a holiday. We'd like to wish to newlyweds the sweetest life, so that every day of their life would be as sweet as this halva. A person cannot leave Sheki without Sheki halva. And there is another dish that you cannot avoid trying if you are here. In fact, it is possible to try it in Almaty, thanks to Azerbaijani diaspora in our region, which doesn't forget its traditions and roots. Piti is claimed to fame of Sheki cuisine, and it is quite possible to cook this dish from our products. All you need is a good mutton, chickpeas or nuhat, a little amount of kudyuk, onions and a little saffron. Necessary kitchenware are clay pots for baking in a stove or oven. Process is very simple. We put chickpeas to the bottom of the pot, then meat. For lovers of fundamental food, by the way, it contains fat. If you prefer lighter option, you can avoid it. Then you need to salt everything, then add rinsed onion on top for decoration and fragrance, add a pinch of saffron, and if you have it, add a couple of dried plums. Other spices and seasonings are not required. These products speak for themselves. So after the nukat was placed on the bottom of the pot, then we added the mutton, a layer of tail fat, a little amount of ringed onion, 2 dried plums. This all goes to the oven, and for quite a long time, for the whole night, for 8 hours. These pots are designed each for one serving, and they don't require any attention after being placed in the oven. The serving of the dish is also simple and understandable. The broth, which is poured into a plate, is eaten with bread, and meat and peas are eaten after, separately from the broth. We can spend a lot of time talking about the features and subtleties of Azerbaijani cuisine. Believe me, there is plenty of amazing stuff. There are shish kebab and gutaba, kadayif and saj, dishes from fish and meat, vegetables and pilaf. Azerbaijani cuisine is worth at least of fairy tales from 1,000 Nights and a Night, much like the Azerbaijani culture itself. Gutaba is one of the most popular dishes. It is made of thin dough that looks like pita. The filling can be various: minced meat, beef or chicken, cheese, brinza or mixed salad. The process of cooking itself is quite interesting. Gutaba is cooked on a back side of a frying pan, which is called saj. The dish, which is called saj, is also cooked in this pan, but I'll tell you about it next time. We will certainly continue these stories about the subtleties of the customs, traditions and crafts of the Azerbaijani ethnos in the following episodes. Of course, not only Azerbaijani. After all, the recipe for friendship is the culture of our entire multinational country, where we have 130 ethnicities living together under one peaceful sky with their unique features. See you soon.